Hey everybody, that was Jeff Pitchell's Fat Cigar you were listening to, and that means it's time for Not Just Blowing Smoke.
Oh, yeah.
And we're coming at you live from Twin Smoke Shop's studio in Hooksett, New Hampshire. Be sure to subscribe to us, please, here on YouTube and on Podbean, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, Google, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm Pastor Padron, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Paul, Nick, and Dave.
Yay.
And let me tell you something. Last May on our podcast, Aladino released the Cameroon series, which is this cigar right here, featuring a Cameroon wrapper grown from authentic Cameroon seed from the country of Cameroon and the continent of Africa. But they grew it on the JRE farms in Honduras. And we reviewed that cigar. Excuse me.
Have some sippy.
We reviewed that cigar last June, and we thought that it was a solid cigar then, but thought it might even be better with age. So we put some away right after that show. And tonight, we are going to smoke those cigars that we put away last June, cigars from the original release, and smoke them back to back with cigars that just arrived in the humidor. And right now we are smoking what I am calling the fresh Aladino Cameroon Lonsdale cigar. It is a Honduran-grown Cameroon wrapper, Honduran Corojo binder and filler. It is a Lonsdale, 6 inches by 43 ring gauge, which is classic.
Yes.
Classic. I got something stuck in my throat. But we'll deal with that. And Paul, for the first time, in expanding his role as the
Spirit Master,
has come up with a cocktail for us tonight. And Paul, what have you devised to drink alongside both these cigars? We'll be drinking the same thing both times, not because we're lazy, but because we want to be able to taste, give both cigars the same exact treatment. Dave. Hence, we are smoking the whatever it is we're drinking. You want to talk about what we're drinking?
We're drinking the classic gin and tonic with Hendrick's gin. Now, Hendrick's gin is my favorite gin. I'm not a huge gin drinker, but I will drink it during the summer occasionally. There's a few cocktails that my girlfriend and I will have with it. So, from the Hendrick's Gin website, Hendrick's Gin, deliciously infused with rose and cucumber. Hence, the cucumber in your drinks, gentlemen.
It's very
nice.
In the drinks.
Hendrick's is an unusual gin created from 11 fine botanicals.
11.
The curious yet marvelous infusion of rose and cucumber imbue our spirit with its uniquely balanced flavor, resulting in an impeccably smooth and distinct gin. 44% ABV. So it's not a killer, Dave. I know you were a little not sure about this.
I don't care about the alcohol content.
No, I know, but I know you're not a huge gin drinker either. So let's see what your review of the pairing is as we go along.
Okay, so that's what we're drinking, the Hendrick's Gin and Tonic alongside the Aladino Cameroon Lonsdale. And Nick, what's your initial impression of the cigar and the pairing?
Well, the cigar, I've had this before.
Yes.
Always very good. Get that signature Corojo spice in there. Not as powerful as your regular Aladino or the Aladino Maduro. You really get some really heavy spices in that one. This one's a little bit more subtle, probably because of the Cameroon wrapper, but I get some nice... Yeah. I'd probably get some nice earthy tones in there. Some sweetness. And a little bit... See, I always, with Cameroon wrappers, I don't know if it's just my palate, which it probably is, I get this little bit of a sour note in there.
I concur.
With that, and I know it's not the drink because with a lot of the Cameroons that I smoke, I always get that with the Don Carlos, with this one, with the Cameroon from Christophe, Cameroon cabinet from LFD. I get that almost. It's not like a sour note, but it's like a tang, a small amount of tang with the earth, little nuttiness in there, undertone of sweetness. Very, very nice though.
Cameroon does have, I think, a tangy spice to it.
Yes. I
And
would agree.
that's one of the reasons that I like Cameroon
Yeah.
as much as I do.
Yeah.
Paul, what's your impressions
Okay. So
initially?
the cigar. So the cigar on its own, it's a very light spice, light sweetness. I do agree with Nick and you as far as having that tang, that tang sweetness, earthy, very smooth. With the Hendrix Gin and Tonic, it's taking away a little bit of that sweetness. More of the earth tones are coming out, but the retrohale on its own without the drink, it's a nice light spice. I think with the gin and tonic, it's actually amping it up. It's
I would agree with that.
it's more of a pronounced spice, very smooth, but it's definitely a lot more pronounced on the retrohale.
And you expect some spice with a Cameroon wrapper.
Yeah.
I think, one of the things that is interesting about this being a Honduran-grown Cameroon, and the guys at JRE did that because, well, A, they like Cameroon,
All right.
and B, it gave them total control over things because JRE is one of these companies where they control everything from seed to the box. And so they could grow the Cameroon the way they wanted it grown. And I think it's made it a lot smoother
Yeah.
and a little creamier than you get from the traditional African Cameroon.
I agree.
Right.
Would you agree?
Yep.
I do.
And I do agree with Paul. I think that gin and tonic is making the spice on the retro a little bit more pronounced.
Correct.
I
Yep.
agree.
All right. Now, Dave, I'm very interested to know what you think of the cigar and the pairing here. And remember, this is just so we're clear, guys. This is the fresh Cameroon cigar. In other words, these just arrived at the store. So they've, only been around as a cigar for, a couple of months. The other cigars we're going to be smoking in the second half of the show are fully a year old between the time they were aged before they were sent and the time that we put them aside. They're from the original release. So, Dave, what do you think of this?
The cigar, I think, is very creamy. Like you had talked about, I'm getting a lot of earth and some spice on my mouthfeel. Definitely in the retrohale, increased by the drink. I agree with that also. The drink,
I despise it.
You despise
it's like
the
a
drink.
it's like a dry Sprite. Like seriously,
He likes
Come
that
on.
sweetness,
and
though.
the cucumber, it just
To be honest, like this is
like
'Cause
I can feel like your grandfather asking for this stuff. Hey, can you bring me some gin and tonic? I'm watching James Bond.
why
And
I'd sit and have a gin and
Oh,
tonic with your grandfather.
so I'm
Watch James Bond?
Give me some damn bourbon, man. I'm sorry, I've been changed.
He's been
and
ruined.
molded into a bourbon boy.
He's
Yes,
been ruined.
I would say you have been.
We ruined your brother.
However,
realize that?
We've
even
created a monster, people.
trying to be unbiased, I think it pairs very well with the cigar. It brings out
agree.
the spice,
Yes.
and I will happily suffer through it.
And that was my intention all along, Dave.
And this is literally my second gin and tonic.
Ever?
Ever. The first time was on the show last year when we were doing it from our respective areas. When Kendra had the other
1908.
the purple one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the
So
Empress.
that was the Empress.
1908.
Yeah.
So that was the first gin and tonic or gin drink that I've ever had, which was really good. I really enjoyed that, and this is my second drink, and I really, really am enjoying this. This is really nice. It's light. It's got some good flavor in it, and it's like
Cucumbers,
Danny
people.
said, it's a really good drink in the summertime.
Yeah.
Cucumbers is great flavor. Not
Jeez.
You see, people, here's the thing. Pastor Padron says some cigars just go better with something other than bourbon. And I think this is one of those cigars.
I need a crying
Yeah.
noise.
There's a lot of cigars, go with that, but bourbon and scotch can overpower a cigar's flavors as well. And the gin here, along with the spices in the cigar, I think complements things very, very well.
Yeah.
And I'm really enjoying the pairing myself.
I would love this in the morning. Oh, this would be
Yeah.
awesome.
A gin and tonic.
A gin and tonic with a Cameroon Aladino in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, or even at 6:50 when the sun is rising over the trees, and you're sitting in the back deck, and I got my chickens running around.
In your chicken coop.
Yeah, my chickens running around and grabbing some fresh eggs, making an omelet with a gin and tonic.
Yeah,
And a cigar?
That's where you're going.
That's right, baby.
You do have to admit, though, that this is a very refreshing drink. And
Oh,
this
absolutely.
This is going to be perfect in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Specifically
no,
in the
I
summertime
agree.
when it's hot out. You want something light, refreshing.
No,
Dave.
speak to yourself.
All right.
What's a good refreshing summer drink for you, Dave?
Mountain Dew.
Anything other than this. So this makes me want to drink more, specifically because my mouth gets drier, and I don't like it. I don't feel quenched at
Dave,
all. I feel
don't evade.
unquenched.
Don't evade. Answer the question.
I don't, anything.
What's
Bourbon.
anything?
Yeah,
Anything.
bourbon.
He's gonna
Bourbon.
circle. He's gonna circle.
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Berber.
Bourbon-esque.
Boy,
Bourbon
man,
is
you have
bourbon,
changed.
Scotch.
Circle back Saki
Big
right
time.
here.
Yep.
I don't know that it's so much that Dave's
You know what?
changed,
You know,
but
during-
Dave finds what he likes and he likes to stick with it.
So-
And now
So summertime is when you
created
put ice in the bourbon.
we've created the bourbon the bourbon boy, and so now a refreshing drink with Dave is mix your water with some bourbon. There you go. Now I can drink it more and stay hydrated. That's basically what's happened.
Well, I don't know about the hydration part, but yes, drink more.
I feel like Frankenstein.
You created a monster.
We've created a monster, and it's probably going to end up killing me at some point.
Anything less than barrel proof is
gonna
unacceptable.
hit you with his
for Dave.
No, no.
Now, popular sizes of cigars, up until recently, the best-selling thing was the Robusto. Now, that's
Toro.
been taken over with the Toro, which is anywhere from 50 to 56 on a ring gauge.
Yep.
And now, what do you think of the Lonsdale size in and of itself as a cigar? Lonsdale's typically 43 to 46 ring gauge by about 6 inches. 43 by 6 is the classic size for a Lonsdale. Advantages, disadvantages. Do you guys smoke cigars of this size?
Absolutely. I mean, like Lonsdales and Coronas, that's where it's at. I think that's where that's where the sweet spot is, so to say.
Of what?
Of like the good ratio between wrapper, binder, and filler.
Okay.
If you want extreme, then you go to like Lancero. But this is like I think like majority of like no matter what you're rolling, this is pretty much like the sweet spot.
I think Lanceros really emphasize the wrapper.
Yep.
If you really want to dig into the taste the wrapper offers, then a Lancero size, or even a Panatella, which is basically a shorter version of a Lancero,
Correct.
are great cigars. The Aladino Santi, perfect example of that.
Yeah.
That's a great
Sells
great
Very
great size if you are really wanting to get into the wrapper. I think the Lonsdale size gets you that nice, it's a step up from like the Lancero, which a lot of people have trouble with, because I think a Lancero is more of a sipping cigar, and so many people just like the puff.
Yeah.
It's typically longer than a Corona, so you're getting more of a cigar.
Yep.
One of my favorite Lonsdale sizes would be the Cro-Magnon Anthropology from Romacraft.
That's definitely
the
not
anthropology
a
is unbelievable.
And that's a 46 ring gauge.
Yep.
The Tatuaje Noella, which is more
That's
of a
really
Corona
good.
size,
Yep.
but it's a little bit longer than a typical Corona, I
Yep.
think, right?
Yep.
So
Sits
that
in
would
the
be
middle.
kind of in that. It's like not quite a Lonsdale, but it's
Not a
somewhere-
Corona.
it's
somewhere
not a
in the middle.
Corona either. It's a Corona Extra maybe, but that's a fantastic cigar.
Yeah, the Noella Reserva. I'm hooked on.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
the
really
broadleaf.
good. Yeah.
Yep. Yep. That's
love-
a fantastic cigar.
I love broadleaves from Tatuaje. They do it so good.
They do such a great job.
They do.
They do such a great job with their stuff.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
What about you, Paul? Do you ever smoke? I know you really kind of like to go with the 50, 54, 56 ring gauge,
I'm
but
a Toro guy. Yep.
are there Lonsdales that you like to smoke?
I'm not a huge smoker of Lonsdales or Coronas or even Lanceros as much as I am the Toros and the double Toros and the Grandes or Gaggers. I tend to go for the larger ring gauge. And it's just, to me, it really boils down to the difference between, in cost-wise, between what a Lonsdale will cost and a Toro.
Okay.
And usually in those cases, it's only going to be maybe a 25 and 50 cent difference. So, again, I appreciate them. I do smoke them occasionally, but I can't tell you specifically what line or what cigar in a Lonsdale I will smoke because I don't smoke that often. I don't smoke them that often, but most of the time it's going to be Toros.
Okay. And Dave, what about you?
Most of the time, definitely like I'd stick mostly to the Robustos. I think, But,
Yeah.
Any particular Robusto, Dave, that you?
La Roma de Cuba.
Yes.
That's why we're constantly out of them.
Yes. No. There's a lot of people on it. Okay, it's not just me.
It's
I
not
wish I
La
could
Roma de Cuba. It's
La Roma de
La
Cuba.
Roma.
La Roma de Cuba.
make Lauren proud. Okay.
La Roma.
Plus, we're also currently sold out of that. We're also sold out of the Aladino vintage selection, which is another one
Shocker.
of my favorites.
Shocker.
This is just one of the reasons why you might want to consider the Lonsdale.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
But I think it's an overlooked size.
it is.
I
It
think
is. It
I
is.
think it offers a really great ratio between the wrapper binder filler. You're getting more of the wrapper, but you're still getting the complexity of the binder and the fillers in the cigar.
Yeah.
And I think you're getting a lot of bang for your buck.
Yes.
And this in particular is just, this cigar is smoking great.
Mm-hmm.
Those wood notes. There's that nice, spice. It's not pepper. It's a spice that's going along with it. And there's this little tingly feeling that's left on my lips, from the Cameroon wrapper.
For sure.
It's not as spicy a Cameroon as the African Cameroon is,
No.
but I think they've done a great job, and I'd love to see these cigars really, if you have not smoked one of these, you're missing out.
Yep.
You're missing out on
Definitely need the choice.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta try it.
Now it's no secret, that I'm a Aladino guy. I have enjoyed Aladino since it came out. JRE Tobacco, the Aladino cigars, that goes, these are the people, the same family and same tobacco who originated Camacho back in 2000. Davidoff bought it several years later. It was a big hit. They went and bought the brand name, and but they've used their own Honduran tobacco for that. The Aladino is basically using the Corojo that was in that original Aladino, and they've made it a fantastic cigar. I don't really think Aladino's come out with any misses.
No.
Would you all
All
agree with
all
that?
their cigars are fantastic.
Yep.
All their
Really,
cigars
really
are
good.
fantastic. So, my next question here is, what's your favorite Aladino?
Mine is the Aladino number 4, the Reserva, I think it is.
The Corojo Reserva
The
number
Corojo-
4?
Thank you. The Corojo Reserva number 4. Yep.
I'm glad I know the name of your favorite cigar, even if you don't.
Yep. I mean, it's got spice. It's got the subtle sweetness. It's got like this nutty thing going on.
A lot of tobacco.
A lot of tobacco
I
notes.
don't know why.
Dave's not really sure why.
I am sure why. It's on fire and it's going into my mouth. It's beautiful. Yes.
Hopefully not the end that's on fire.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
That didn't sound too hopeful. Nick, what about yourself?
The Aladino Maduro
Mm.
Toro. Well, I jump between the Aladino Maduro and the Cazadores.
Okay,
The Cazadores is going to be your 6 inches by 46.
so that's basically the Lonsdale in the original line.
Yeah, but it's box pressed. So
Oh,
it's
oh,
it's,
oh,
So
so
the,
the
Aladino
Maduro.
Maduro series, the
Yeah.
Aladino Maduro series is all box pressed.
Mhm.
So I kind of jump between both of them, but I'm kind of attached to the Cazadores. The Cazadores for me just delivers so much flavor that San Andreas wrapper that they're using on there is utilized 100% in that cigar, and you taste everything. The Corojo tobacco, the San Andreas, they're married together perfectly,
Yeah.
and I can smoke those all day, and I have.
Yep.
And right now we're out, and I'm pretty sad.
It's just a testament to how much difference you can make to a cigar by changing the wrapper,
Yes.
because it's the same binder and filler as the all Corojo, of the natural line. But you add that San Andreas wrapper and then you box press it, and you've got a completely different cigar.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste anything like the natural, and it's that San Andreas wrapper that they use is gorgeous. I totally agree with you. Fantastic choice.
These cucumbers are really fresh, Paul. Just get them out of your garden?
Well, since you're drinking, sorry, since
Zeke
you're
got
eating,
them.
since you're eating the garnish, I'm going to have to be very quick to slice some more off for the second half, too.
Well, the drink was fantastic. I'm already finished.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
It was really good. I'm very, very happy.
We're not surprised.
No, we're not at all surprised. And as a matter of fact, we kind of expected it.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Paul-
a long day. Sorry. It was a long day today.
You deserve the drink today.
Yeah, baby.
Paul,
Yes.
do you have a favorite Aladino?
Yes, I do. The Corojo Reserva Robusto is my favorite.
Mm.
And a close second is the Elegante. The Habano Elegante. I
That's the
love that.
Lancero,
For
right?
for $7, that is an absolutely. I like I told you before, I'm more of a Toro, Grand Toro type of cigar smoker, but that to me is the probably one of my favorite Lanceros.
That's
The Elegante.
a good show.
It's
But-
one of the best Lanceros for the money. That's for sure.
you can't beat it for $7.
$7.
It is unbelievable, and I do love the San Andreas Maduro version as well. But the Corojo Reserva Robusto is my absolute favorite.
Yep. I'm going to say that the Maduro Elegante is my favorite cigar from Aladino.
That's a good one.
That size, that Lancero, and at 750 is just an amazing cigar.
Yeah.
Incredible. It's the flavor you get, and I'm more of a full-bodied cigar guy, and it burns a lot longer than you think, people. That Elegante is fantastic, and I'm very excited. The Aladino Vintage series right now that's just out in the Rothschild. This year they're going to be releasing an Elegante in the vintage blend as well as a Toro, and I'm excited
nice.
about that. And we'd actually thought about having Justo Aroa, the president of JRE Tobacco, the head of Aladino, on the show tonight. But we had the opportunity to have him live and in person if we were willing to wait a few weeks. And so we said, well, sure.
Yeah, why not?
So we're going to be smoking the new Aladino Vintage releases with him on the show on April 30th, 2021. If you're listening in 2022, you missed it. You'll just have to watch the rerun. Yep, I know. It's sad. Dave. Last week we had the Ladies' Night takeover on the show. And you did a little cross-dressing.
I did.
Oh, boy.
I had people asking me,
Who the
is that a
heck is
girl on the left? And I said,
Incredibly well.
yeah, you did incredibly well, Dave. And so,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Was that a Princess Leia-ish type of costume?
it was,
Or,
they were
makeup-
space
makeup?
buns.
Baseball.
Space buns.
Space, yeah. More like
Dun, 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 dun. So, yeah, Dave always has wanted to be a force babe. And He got his opportunity.
Princess.
Now,
Davina.
how did Davina the Divine was?
Whoa,
was his
that's
name.
the full name.
Davina the Divine was
Yep.
introduced last week.
Double D's.
And Dave,
My God.
I understand that you were asking for a bra.
Yes, I wanted to go all in. I didn't want to. I didn't want to just have it. But we couldn't make it happen. So
You were asking. Now I understand that the girls were not really willing to share their bras with
no,
you.
no,
You went looking for bras. You go. to
no,
the
we
store?
didn't have time.
Didn't have time.
Didn't have time.
How did you enjoy being Davina the Divine?
Well, I'll tell you, I have
Other
a
than
new
looking
healthy.
like stoned cross-dressing.
Oh boy.
That was
It was pretty horrifying.
It was pretty. Yeah, when you watch
pretty horrifying.
when you watch it, you're like, "What is that?"
I know. We
It was,
gotta
it
get
was
a better
fun.
wig.
It was fun and it was funny and everything. But how did you like it?
Well, I was disgusted.
You were
I
disgusted.
was disgusted. The makeup was great, but the hair was just atrocious. It was just horrible. I'll tell you, I have a whole new healthy respect for women, and their ritual of makeup.
You didn't before.
And
didn't
well,
respect
going
women
through it
before?
puts it in a different perspective, man. Let me tell you, when you have to put on 40 minutes of makeup just so
Well-
you can be presented in the day. I mean, that's like
I don't know that they had to work 40 minutes to make themselves presentable. They were concerned about making you presentable,
so.
like as a woman. That
No,
takes work.
That 40 minutes, but it takes time, regardless.
It does take time. Yeah, I'm
and,
joking.
And you shouldn't take away from it, right? I used to. I have an ex-girlfriend, and she used to be so excited that I didn't care whether or not she was wearing makeup if she came over, and I never really understood it. Now I understand it. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that you have to do later because you have to take it off, before you go to bed and stuff
When
like that.
when
So-
did you take
No,
your
I
makeup
took it
off?
as soon as I got home.
As soon as
Or
you
no,
got
I took it off here. She had wipes, so I wiped most of it off, and then the eyeliner. It took probably another 10-15 minutes to get it all out when I
yeah.
was home. Yeah, so
When
I
you
didn't
were
look
home.
like a Green Day reject.
Did your
So-
did your kids recognize you when you came home, or did
Yeah,
they
no, they-
run? Who are you, and what have you done with my daddy?
No, I think Eli said, "Did you go to a rock concert?" Because I had eyeliner under there. I looked like I was. It was
No, I just did my podcast. I'm a YouTuber.
Yep. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
Good for
Mm.
you.
but we saved the makeup for the next time. Yep.
Good for you, kid.
There's going to be another time, Dave.
There is going to be another time.
time,
You're
yes.
you're planning on
every
reprising.
time, every time the girls take over the show, you're going to be Davina the Divine.
Yep. Might as well. I mean, hey,
Good for you, Dave.
we
Yeah.
got the views approved. So
Well, I'm not sure you were the draw.
no,
But
I
I'm
was not the draw. but-
I will not say you weren't.
no, I most definitely wasn't.
I won't
And if
say
I was-
that you weren't.
That's just wrong.
It could be, everybody and their mother might be like, "Hey, come look at Dave. Dressed as Davina the Divine. Let's go. Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Let's watch that again."
That's a good southern accent you got there, Dan.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so you're planning on coming back.
Yep.
That's well. I know the women. They're going to have to come back because everyone's really disappointed that we're back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah. At the beginning of the day, I checked the views for that episode because I knew that would be of interest, and they were approaching 600 views, and by the time we started, it was over 600. So people were downloading it and streaming it during the day. It definitely is one of the
God help them.
yeah. They're gonna have to come back.
It's quickly approaching Ada.
Well,
Ada's,
yeah.
video.
Ada has officially been the first guest we've had on the show that has hit 1,000 views.
Wow.
Her initial show
Yep.
has topped 1,000 views. Her second, which just happened a few weeks ago, is at 945.
Wow.
So that's going to hit 1,000 really soon.
We got to go back on the
So
show.
it's really interesting. We can have Kurt on, we can have the Mad Fisherman on, we can have Orlando Cabrera,
Yeah.
you know, baseball superstar on the show. We can have Glenn Case from Christoph.
Yep.
We can have who are some other big names we've had on the show?
We've had Tom Lazuka from
Tom Lazuka,
Asylum.
yep. We've done Christian Aroa,
Yep.
the older, prettier brother of the Aroas, and sorry, you Stope, but you make a great cigar, and your older brother's a germaphobe, so don't feel bad. You know, but it is the women. It's the women guests on the show, even Talia. You know, they're not even, you know, don't have to be cigar experts or whatever, but you get some of those people on the show and kaboom.
Yep.
Everybody wants to see them back. So we're working on trying to get some of the ladies from the bar with us on a regular night, and we'll see how that goes. Like I'm sure that when Heather comes on, Heather Steck-Eaton is a longtime friend of the show. As a matter of fact, she may be watching, but probably not.
She said she was going to.
Yeah. She said she was going to see me yesterday and Tuesday as well. Yeah. So if you're listening,
We love you, H. Yeah, we love you.
You busted.
but she's a regular listener to the show, big supporter of Twins, loves it. Now she's the Northeast area rep for Christoph. I'm sure that's going to be a big show.
Yeah.
Whenever we have Lauren on from Ashton, that's a big show. But I can see between the two of them, the next Ladies Night Takeover could be freakishly huge.
Absolutely.
You're going to have to be on your game, Dave.
You're gonna have to show some skin.
Speaking of showing skin, Dave, you have the Tobacconist University Word of the Week.
I do, Dan.
Is it right there?
It is right here. You know?
He's on his game tonight.
And what's the Word of the Week, Dave?
Do. Oh, of course it doesn't open up to what I want.
You should know it, Dave.
Yeah, you should
That's
know it off
memorized.
the top of your head. You're going to be tested on this stuff. Jorge's watching.
All right. So the Tobacconist University word of the day is Cameroon.
Boy, that took a lot of effort.
Yep. Oh, and that is Cameroon is from Cameroon, Africa, Central African Republic. And the countries of Cameroon and the Central African Republic produce tobaccos commonly referred to as Cameroon, more accurately called Central African, originally descended from the Sumatran seed, from Sumatra. And today's Central African varietals are known for their rich flavors and aroma. Their hardy soils in this region of Africa yield a distinctive tobacco that does not need much fertilization and is grown under direct sun. Consistent climate and cloudy conditions allow wrapper cultivation without the use of shade cloth. Central African tobacco lends itself to wrapper production due to its appearance, its supple texture, resilient strength, and these wrappers have a luscious dark brown color, often with an attractive reddish tint. They are fuller flavored and can have a unique toothy or grainy texture. Traditionally, most Central African tobacco produce smaller leaves. Today, the quality and size of the leaves are making larger wrapper leaves, which makes larger cigars possible.
Very good. Now, one of the differences between the African Cameroon, or the Cameroon, and the Honduran Cameroon is this is not toothy. This is
very
smooth. The veins are very small, and it's not as dark. And it is a nice brown color wrapper, nice easy color, but it is not the same toothy wrapper that you normally get on a Cameroon cigar. And I think that, is evident in the, I'll call it a creaminess.
Yeah.
There's a creamy aspect to this wrapper that you don't get from traditional Cameroon. You want to say something, Paul?
Yeah, because we met with Edgar from Tatuaje last week, and he was describing the cigars within Tatuaje as being finesse cigar, and that's exactly how I will term the cigar versus the true African Cameroon wrapper from other lines. This is more finesse.
This has more finesse.
This has more finesse,
yeah.
correct?
That's
yeah.
a good way.
Yeah,
to do
it's starting off like a mild to medium, going to a medium smoke,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very smooth, very creamy. I do agree with this has that light spice and
Mm-hmm.
nice sweetness, but I will call this a finesse cigar.
Now, Paul, since you're speaking,
Yes.
I believe you would like to do the cigar confession for tonight.
We're swapping tonight, huh? We're swapping roles.
Wappa-loppin'.
Cigar
Yes.
confessions with Pablo Maduro.
Pablo Maduro's Cigar Confessions.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought? So we talk a lot about on the show cigar etiquette.
Yes, we do.
We've talked a lot in past episodes about the do's and don'ts of cutting cigars and lighting cigars and ashing cigars.
Yes,
and
we have.
just what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes.
I want to take that a step further, gentlemen. Bless you, Dave.
Really?
I want to take that a step further.
Yes.
I want to talk about cigar humidor etiquette.
Humidor etiquette.
And more specifically, walk-in cigar humidor etiquette.
Ooh.
And even more specifically,
Or what?
twins walk-in cigar humidor etiquette.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm sure we've all come
Yes.
across people who come in. Now, we have a huge walk-in humidor. It's over 1,000 square feet in Londonderry. And again, I'm not no disrespect to Hooksett.
It's all right.
But in Londonderry, we have a very large walk-in humidor.
Yes, we do.
With over
1,000 square
1,700 facings.
Yep.
And we've got customers that come in and out throughout the day. And every once in a while, a customer comes in who just has to take that cell phone call no matter where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they're shopping and they take the call, and next thing you know, they're talking about their personal lives and personal problems and yada dee da, and they're not too shy about how loud they are.
I didn't take the blue pill, honey. I swear.
Right.
I swear I didn't.
And even more importantly, they're talking about personal problems, personal lives, or they're discussing the next corporate takeover and discussing the intricate details of it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my cigar confession. If it's that important, please step outside the humidor. The rest of us really do not need to know what your personal lives are, or your bank accounts, or how much money you have, or what corporation you plan on assuming control over.
I sense this is a little bit of a venting.
Well, it is.
I could be wrong,
It is.
but it sounds
What would give
like
that
a little
away?
venting.
What would give that away, Pastor? I just think it's.
Let me count the ways.
I just think, given the fact that there's
One.
probably going to be several customers in the humidor at once, and they don't need to know what your personal life is like or
Yeah.
what businesses you do or whatever. And I certainly don't really need to know that. And even I'll take it even a step further.
Oh.
When you come up to the register, just excuse yourself from your call and let's just do the transaction, and then I'll be glad to get you out and you can continue on your call there.
Yeah.
So to sum it all up,
Don't use the speakerphone.
that's even better, Dave. Yes. Yes, we do have customers that do that, But I'm just saying, if it's an important call, or if it's a call in general, it's going to take more than a few minutes. Just excuse yourself from the person who's calling. Say, I'll be right with you. Do your transaction and take the call outside. And that way, myself and whoever else is in the humidor really don't need to know your personal lives.
We should put signs up. Please take your calls outside. We should.
That's my cigar confession.
Oh, well, there you have it, people. Pablo Maduro.
I despise it.
He despises people who make personal calls inside the humidor.
There's a lovely Ford bench outside the bathrooms that they can take that phone call.
I mean, am I by myself here, or does everyone else?
No,
No,
I
that's-
absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
Especially if they're on speakerphone. This isn't
Speakerphone,
Lawrence
or they're
speaker.
loud. I mean, again, when I say we have a large walk-in humidor, with all these cigars and all that, it's still, these people are talking at such a loud volume that everyone can hear it.
Right.
So
Well, I'll take it a step further.
You go right ahead.
We have this very large humidor,
Mhm.
you know, and sometimes that happens when they're the only person in the humidor,
Yes.
and so they're stopped on their phone, dealing with their business,
Mm-hmm.
and therefore not doing any business
Correct.
in the humidor.
Yes.
And to your point, we have to sit and
Wait.
and listen until they're done. And I would rather them go out, do their business, and come in when you're going to get your cigar. Don't come into the humidor because it's quiet to make your phone call.
It's not that quiet. The music playing and
You got the
everything.
music
We
playing,
should
whatever.
just turn up the
You
music
know.
louder, you know.
There are plenty of places that you can have that
Well.
call. So it's just etiquette.
Yeah.
Something that I think that people need to respect and
Listen to Pablo Maduro.
yes, yes. That is my
He is
cigar
a very
confession of the week.
wise man. Pablo Maduro. Cigar Confessions. What is the final verdict here on the fresh Aladino Lonsdale Cameroon?
I think it is very fresh. You got this.
Do you have
very-
any new words for it, Dave?
You got like this
Very Cameroonish.
summery,
It's very
citrusy kind of Cameroony.
Cameroony?
It's very Cameroony.
Yeah, it's very Cameroony.
It's very Cameroony.
Getting a lot of tobacco notes.
Lots.
I mean, you obviously
There's a
like
nice-
it. You've smoked it down to your fingers.
Yeah, it's got that wonderful spice that's been enhanced by El Drinko
Mm-hmm.
and
El Drinko.
yep.
Honestly, Dave, what would you think about the pairing? Give me your bet. Give me your.
I think the
Honest opinion.
pairing is very well done, Paul.
Okay,
The
and that's
drink
all I was
sucks,
shooting
but
for.
The pairing is done very well.
I give Paul.
It's
two
not a
thumbs up.
drink you would
Order.
do yourself or order, but it was a good pairing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It accomplished its role, and that's what I was shooting for. But that's okay, Dave. At least you did it. You didn't
tried it.
complain too much. You know.
You're only going to have to drink it
I
one
know.
more time in the second half of the show.
I have to know one more
So,
time.
Nick, what about you? What's your final thoughts here on the fresh Aladino Cameroon Lonsdale?
Considering I have about maybe 2 centimeters left.
You do that every cigar you smoke, whether you like it or
Yeah.
not.
Well,
so
no,
what
that's
do you
not
think
true.
of the cigar?
That's not true. It's wonderful. I love this cigar.
Yes.
Love the drink. Awesome pairing. Great taste. It's a home run for me. It's a really great cigar. Great pairing. Paul hit it out of the park with the gin and tonic. I wasn't expecting it to be as crisp and freshness, but it was great. 2 thumbs up to Paul on that. Man.
Yeah.
That was really, really, really good call.
Thank you.
Cigar performed great. The burn's been great. Haven't had to retouch anything. I don't think anybody retouched
No,
anything.
no.
Right?
I can't remember the last time I've had to
Spot
retouch
on.
an Aladino though.
And
That's
and just a fantastic cigar. Nice, light medium. It kind of almost rides that line. It's about as close to the mild line as you can get, but be a medium cigar.
Yep.
Beautiful, smooth, creamy spice. Those woody notes, a little bit of sweetness to it. There's that tart kind of spice, that you get from the wrapper. Very, very good cigar. I really enjoy it, and the pairing I think was perfect. Paul, what do you think? How do you think you did?
No, I think I
Toot
thought-
your own horn.
I will. I think it was I think I accomplished what I was seeking to do with this, is to have a drink that would not overpower the cigar. And we've done a lot of bourbons and whiskeys, and I just thought I need to step outside our comfort zone tonight and pair it up with a drink that would be refreshing, light, and would complement the wonderful smoothness, the creamy aspect, the light spice, the retrohale. It's still amped up. The drink is definitely amping up that retrohale. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a great pairing.
Yeah, you could really enjoy the drink, and you could really enjoy the cigar.
Yeah.
I think that's a sign of a great pairing. Good job. Good job, Pablo. All right, everybody, we're going to take our break. We'll be right back right after this. Hey, everybody. Pastor Padron,
Pablo Maduro.
Pablo Maduro. We're here to take you around, show you what's new.
All right.
Take it, Paul.
All right. I'm going to start off with a brand new cigar from Monte Cristo. This is the Monte Cristo 85th anniversary. 85th?
Well, 1935, that's what it says.
80th anniversary, excuse me about that. 80th.
No, 85, right?
85.
Something like that. It's a good cigar. It's from 1935. You know, it's actually not. It's just that's the year they were founded.
This is a all Nicaraguan cigar made by AJ Fernandez for Monte Cristo. I will say this is probably my favorite Monte Cristo that I've had thus far. It's 100% Nicaraguan rapid binder filler from AJ's Farms. Medium full body, incredibly smooth, wonderful flavors. You got to come down and get one of these. These
Nice.
are fantastic.
Nice pepper up front on those
Very,
too,
very
right?
nice pepper, yes.
Yeah, if you like the pepper, that first inch, you're gonna get your reward. What's next?
We're going to come down to the humidor here, specifically the Tatuaje section.
That. Pull out one of those
Pull
ends,
out-
escasso ends.
This is the Tatuaje Escaso. Now, what makes this special is that Twins is only one of 2 retailers in New England and only one of 20 in the country to have this line here. There's about maybe anywhere from 5 to 6 different sizes in the line. This is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with Nicaraguan fillers. Mild to medium. I got notes of some peanut coffee, very, very smooth. If you like Tatuaje, if you like those kind of flavors, you got to pick up one of these as well. These are kind of limited too. We don't get these that often, but like I said, we're one of the few retailers that actually offer them.
Yeah, only 20 places in the whole country have those.
All right, what's next, Dan?
What about the lunatics here?
Oh yes, this
Oh.
is great.
These cigars have been out for a while, but they're new to Twins here. This is the short Robusto. You see that? It doesn't look so short when I hold it up there, does it? It is a powerhouse cigar. Mexican San Andreas wrapper, Aganorsa, grown, Nicaraguan binder filler,
Love Agarosa.
medium plus.
Medium plus.
It is a wonderful, earthy, sweet, beautiful, beautiful cigar. And, you know, at just under $7, this is a great stick. And the next size up, the Short Titan,
That's my
is
favorite.
just 25 cents more. Great cigar.
Don't let that size fool you. That smokes for a very, very long
It's
time.
going to burn for a long time.
Yeah.
Let me take you around and show you what's happening pipe-wise. Because it's not all about cigars, people.
It's past the pipe.
It's past the pipe.
The Darth Piper.
The Darth Piper. One of the special things we have in the store is Cornell & Deal's small batch, the Beast. This is a special limited release small batch from Cornell & Deal. Only 2,500 tins were produced, and I have 5 tins left because this tin I am holding in my hand is mine. And if you open it up, you can see what's inside here. We're going to be featuring this on the show in a couple of weeks. Now see, the Beast is a very heavy Perique blend. Perique is a special burley that's gone through a process of about 9 months, undergoing about 25 tons of pressure, being pressed in on itself in whiskey barrels. And what comes out is this very rich, spicy tobacco. And usually, Perique is used as a condiment. You sprinkle a little, it's like the pepper of tobacco products. Well, the Beast is 51% Perique.
Yes.
And if you like that raisiny, figgy, spicy flavored Perique and are never able to quite get enough of it, the Beast might be for you. Not only that, but there is Red Virginia Cavendish and Black Cavendish and a little bit of dark fired Kentucky in here, which has been soaked in spiced rum for a week. This is good stuff, baby. This is the real deal. And these 5 tins here, because that tin is mine, is the only ones left in the store. So if you like that stuff, you're going to want to get it real quick because it's going to be gone. You can taste the spices from the rum, man. It's great stuff. Smooth, rich. You think with something called the Beast that you're going to be like punched over with pepper spice. That's not the case with this. But if you like your vitamin N, this delivers. And that is what's new here at Twins.
Come on down and get any one of these products. You're going to love it.
Yes, you will. You know it. All right, everybody, we are back, and now we are smoking. I know this may seem like Groundhog Day, but we are smoking an aged Cameroon Lonsdale from Aladino. This is from the original release back in May of 2020. Again, Honduran Cameroon wrapper, Honduran Corojo binder and filler. 6x43 is the ring gauge. It is a classic Lonsdale cigar. So this cigar has about a year of age on it. I don't know about anybody else here, but I didn't notice any kind of real noticeable difference in the color of the cigar,
Right.
or on the wrapper. I didn't notice any yellowing of the cellophane. Anybody else notice anything on there?
Nope.
Cellophane? No, so no discernible difference there. But good grief. When I first lit this up and drew on it, it was a richer
Yeah.
Oh,
cigar.
At least
yes.
twice as rich.
Yes, I absolutely would agree.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
And it has a little bit more earth to it. I'm even picking up maybe some, I'm going to say light kind of cocoa notes, something sweet. The sweetness of the wrapper has really ramped up. It's gotten a lot darker. It's a darker, richer kind of sweetness. It was more, there was more tang
Yeah.
in the new one.
Yep.
That tang has kind of developed into a richer kind of flavor there.
Yep.
What do you guys think?
Yep.
Absolutely.
I would absolutely agree. I think I'm picking up the cocoa notes. The spice is much more pronounced.
So you're picking up cocoa notes too?
Picking up cocoa notes. I think we all agree that it's a lot more spicier.
Mm-hmm.
The drink, again, it's the Hendrix Gin and Tonic, is just pronouncing that spice even more on the retro hill. But even without the drink, wow,
Yeah.
yeah, that is nice and smooth but rich spice.
Nick, what about you? What do you think?
The thing that I realized about the cigar
The tobacco notes.
is there is a lot of tobacco notes. I don't know why, but there is. The tang
Yeah.
that almost that sour note that
Yeah.
comes with a fresh one.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost gone. It's almost absent there. It's just so rich and creamy.
Mm-hmm.
The more spice, more earth. I did get a little bit of undertone of light cocoa.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it's not super pronounced,
No.
but it's there.
you got to kind of really, you know what I mean? If you're smoking this and you have it, aged for a year, you know what I mean? You got to kind of really take your time to really kind of get that. But yeah, wow, it's really rich. It's a not a night and day difference because you still get some of the key components in there, but that richness comes through. The retro hail, super creamy. You get the spice. It's more spice than the first one, and with the drink, it actually really goes good again.
I'm going to go out and say that this cigar now is a medium full in terms of flavor.
In terms of
It's
flavor.
it's no longer going to be a mild to medium cigar. It's going
I
to
would. I don't.
medium
Definitely
plus
medium.
medium full.
I wouldn't go as far as saying medium full. It's still a medium cigar to me. I'd say a solid medium, where the first one for me was more of a lighter medium.
Mm-hmm.
Like a mild plus.
Yeah, mild plus mild medium. Like you said, Danny, it kind of hugged the
Rides that
line,
line, yeah.
rides that line of being on light to medium. This one is just right in the middle, medium body, has more body, more richness to it, and it's fantastic.
And looking at that burn line, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, it's
on
razor.
the cigar. It's
Razor.
fantastic. The ash is great. Aladinos are notorious, aren't they, for having great ashes? If you really, were careful with your cigar, you could probably burn this all the way down to the label. I've seen people do that with Aladino cigars over and over and over again. Just take the ash all the way down. They're really rolled incredibly well.
Incredibly well.
Dave, what's your thought on the aged Aladino here?
I was surprised as soon as I took my first haul off of it.
First haul.
Yeah, it was
I don't
a load of flavor.
so much as I haul. Scratch.
Yep.
Trucker Dave.
So
That's what a Dixon does. Turns you into a trucker.
Does it really? 'Cause I don't feel like one.
You're more of a jack man. A lumberjack.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still got some
Jack
wood
on
chips still on my
Yeah.
flannel here.
Yeah.
He's a
just
chick- he's a-
just flex your pecs and they'll bounce off. See that?
you need to just keep the top button, nothing
Yeah.
else.
You gotta keep it button.
He's
baby.
a chicken farmer.
That's right.
No, I am really interested in what Dave thinks about the difference.
Oh, it's a lot richer. Like especially the citrus note was just that kind of tang was just way more prevalent. The earths were a lot more prevalent. The
Were
drink-
or are?
are a lot more prevalent. The drink made the spices come out even more in the retrohale. If you let the smoke sit in your mouth for like a few seconds and hold on to it and then blow it out, you get a real tangy sweetness in your nose. It's really good. You should try it. But it's absolutely amazing.
A little bit.
I can see what you're saying.
A little bit.
I can see what you're saying.
I got it.
We all agree then that the aged cigar is richer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hands
Big time.
down. Absolutely.
And the flavors have really deepened.
Big time.
You might, I think, obviously there's a law of diminishing returns. At some point, the flavors, which all come from the oils of the cigar, are going to diminish.
Well, we're gonna have to go
But
for
a
2
year,
years now.
a year has really done this cigar a lot of good, and we all agreed that the fresh Aladino Cameroon Lonsdale was a great cigar, right?
Very
Yeah.
good
Yep.
cigar.
I don't know if it was in all
Even
of our
with the gin
palates,
and tonic.
but it was a solid cigar. Great,
Yes.
especially if you like Cameroon. This is a cigar you could easily recommend to somebody, but with a year's aging on it, it's even better.
Oh,
So we
big
were right.
time.
We were right to think
I knew
this would be even better.
I knew this had potential when we smoked it last year.
Right.
I said, yeah, it's good on its own, but I could see that if you just hold on to it for a little bit longer, it was going to develop into a much better cigar, and it has,
Yeah,
without a doubt. And it didn't take that long. What? Just about a year.
just about a year.
You know, who can't hold on for a cigar for a year?
I can't.
I
Yeah,
can't.
I have such a hard time aging cigars
me
at
too.
home. I just have a real hard time with it, and part of that is I don't have a whole lot of cigars at home. I mean, I probably have maybe somewhere between 30 and 40, maybe 45 cigars in my home humidor. But I live here. I live at Twins. One of the greatest, humidors, in New England.
Yeah.
So, and we're smoking, several cigars during the day. I don't need to bring them home. Or if I need to bring them home, I'll take one and bring it home.
And if you're really, really desperate for a good aged cigar, Kurt Kendall's just a floor away. He's usually
Well, not
in
only
his
that,
office.
but that's a great opportunity to talk about, the Kurtz Vault selection we have at the Londonderry location. There is some fantastic cigars
Epic.
at
Epic
Londonderry that are you're just never going to be able to find. And we've had some all this time in the humidor. He's had some La Aroma de Cuba. The LGC. Come on.
Gloria Cubana.
La Gloria Cubana. Cigars from like 2004, 2005
2003.
that you can get in the walk-in. But now there's a whole humidor full of
Tasty
very
goodness.
aged cigars.
Yeah.
You know, a year doesn't cut it to be on the Kurtz Vault thing. It's like 10, 15, 20 years on some of these things. And cigars you're just not going to be able to find anymore. And that you can get them at Twins Londonderry location. It's fantastic.
Cigars that people have stopped talking about, you know, that were good so long ago, and now they see them and like, ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have the ESG from 2006. You have the original L40s from Liga Privada, Drew Estate. Those are from 2011. You have what is it?
The Work of Art from 2003.
Yeah, the Work of Art from 2003. Those
18 years old.
Those things gotta be spectacular.
Yeah.
He even has the Macanudo's original blend from Jamaica from 1988
in his vault. There.
in that vault from 1988.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's
23 years old. That's crazy.
It's more than that, Dave.
Is it 33? Yeah. 33.
No, it's more than
Before
that,
then?
Dave.
43? No.
No. 88.
Oh, 88. Wow, 43.
No.
No.
33.
I was born in 85.
33.
Dave.
I can't do that.
Math, Dave. Math.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. No more gin for Dave. But amazing deals.
We love what gin does to you,
Amazing
Dave.
deals. You may not like the gin, but we like what it does to you.
You may not like gin, but gin likes you.
Yep.
I can still add with bourbon. This sucks.
Is Baby Yoda moving? Oh my gosh.
He's speaking to him.
I can see the squares on my Dixon dancing. This drink still sucks, but I like what it does. Oh my goodness. So, obviously the cigar's gotten richer. It's gotten darker. It's gotten deeper, flavor-wise. How is it pairing with the gin and tonic? Do you think the gin and tonic is still a good pairing with this, or has the cigar gotten too strong for the gin and tonic?
Dave.
It's definitely a bourbon-worthy cigar.
At this point, I would say you're correct.
Yeah.
This could be a bourbon-worthy cigar.
Yeah.
It could definitely hold
It
up
does,
to a nice
however,
bourbon.
work really well with the Cameroon wrapper.
What
this
does?
one because
The gin and tonic.
yeah, because of the flavors that you naturally get from the cigar, like the citrus, the tang, that they work really well in tandem together. But I'm yearning for some bourbon.
I did not expect so much spice to come out of the cigar, even after 1 year of aging.
What were you expecting, Paul?
I thought it might have developed maybe a little bit more of the natural sweetness of the cigar, maybe a little bit more spice, but this to me is a lot of spice, and it's so smooth and rich. Rich is the word we're all using here, and I'm not.
I wouldn't say it's gotten a whole lot sweeter.
No, it hasn't.
Richer.
Yeah, richer, deep. I can say
Deeper.
deeper. Yes.
Yeah. And
This is
that's
phenomenal.
it's very interesting. This cigar is great.
Great.
The fresh Aladino was a solid, if you like Cameroon especially, it was a really enjoyable cigar. I wouldn't have any trouble suggesting it. Certainly wouldn't have any, qualms about smoking it, picking it up for myself.
Absolutely.
But this is, I almost want to say it's a different cigar.
Yeah.
It's so much richer than the fresh one. It's a
For
noticeable
sure.
difference. It's just a testament to what aging a cigar can do. And And fortunately or unfortunately, this isn't my normal habit to age stuff. I have very little aged cigars. The only cigars I have that have been kind of sitting there are Tatawahe pumpkin spice cigars.
Those
which
gotta
I
be
got,
really good.
Which I got from events. That's the only place you can get them. When you buy a box, you get a 3-pack of those things. That's the only way you can get them. And I smoke them on Halloween. I smoke one on Halloween, so I save them for that. So other than that cigar, there's really nothing in my humidor that's very old. Any of you able to age stuff
There's
at
nothing
home?
in my humidors.
The only cigar that I've been able to age is I had one Opus Shark that I got from when Carlito came out a few years back.
Oh wow, that was before my time.
And I bought two that night, and one I had a few days after that, which was really good.
Yep.
And then I had one a year later, and boy, it was a completely different cigar. It was a lot more flavor. It was just an overall. It came alive
Yeah.
to me.
The opuses get stronger when you age
They
them.
do. They do.
That's happened with this.
Yes. This, as I said.
No,
this is-
this has gained more body.
Okay.
Yes.
Opuses gain more strength. They definitely get
They
more.
gain nicotine.
I don't know if it's nicotine or what, but they get, for me, it seems that they get stronger as far as strength level, body wise as well. But this doesn't really bring the nicotine with it, even though it's a very light to medium cigar to begin with. But this cigar has got way more body. But again, too, what would this taste like in 5 years' time?
So when we talked earlier about the body part.
Yeah.
Okay. When I said it was more of a medium full flavor body, you said it's medium. Do you really agree with that now, or do you think it's medium full?
I think this is still. I'm about halfway done. I think this is still a medium-bodied cigar. The Aladino Maduros, that is a fuller body cigar for me, medium to full.
I'd agree with that.
This one would, even with the age on it, has developed some really nice body, really richer. It's deeper. This one is just a medium. I smoke a lot of heavier cigars, so this one for me is not going to be, I'll have to sit down, and take my time with this. This is something that I always see. Well, now that I see it, just kind of develops into a medium-bodied cigar.
Okay.
Yeah, I concur. I think it's a perfect medium.
I'm saying medium full flavor, medium strength.
Okay.
Medium. I'm saying medium. Medium.
I love what Jen's doing to you, brother.
Oh boy.
Speaking of gin, what's everyone doing for Easter?
Ooh.
Well,
Gin has everything to do with Easter, right?
I'm actually going to be spending the weekend with my parents, who I have not seen since February of last year.
Wow.
Whoa.
Going down tomorrow. I'm going to spend the weekend with them, and I'm so looking forward to seeing
Are
them.
you wearing a hazmat suit?
No, none of that, not at all. And it's going to be a great weekend. It's just going to be myself, Nicole, and my parents and my dog, and that's just going to be just us just getting to know each other again. And we talk all the time. I mean, we've
Yeah,
done a
right.
couple of Skypes or Zooms, whatever, but it's not the same. It's the
No.
longest I've gone in my lifetime without seeing them. So it's going to be
Yeah.
a great weekend. Unfortunately, my brother won't be able to make it. He's got something else that came up, but yeah, it'll be a great weekend.
Nick, what about yourself? What are you doing for Easter?
Delivering.
Delivering.
Easter.
You're working on Easter delivering.
Yeah, in the
Edible
morning time. So probably about 7 o'clock to about 1 o'clock. We'll be delivering for my mother-in-law at Edible Arrangements in Haverhill. And then from there, we'll be shooting over to my brother's house. Everybody will be there. My mother, my grandmother, my brothers, nieces, and nephews. And the dogs will be coming, and they'll be playing, and we'll eat some Easter dinner.
Easter dinner.
Easter dinner. and we'll reminisce about the old times and firearms like we usually do, and cars, and
Old times and firearms.
that's right.
Because that's what Easter's all about.
That's exactly because when we all get together, because now both of my brothers are living in New Hampshire, and you know, up here is constitutional carry, so they've all gotten into guns and firearms and gun safes and the whole 9 yards, and that's mainly what we talk about, and how expensive ammo has become, which is a shame. Me and the wife went this past weekend to the gun range, and we spent about maybe an hour, a little over an hour, and we had my rifle and my sidearm, my pistol, and we went through.
Did she have a gun?
She did, yes. She had her M&P 9.
Okay.
And we went through about 400 or 500 rounds in about an hour. And after I asked her, I'm like, do you realize how much technically we spent in ammo? How much we went through? And she's like, no. I was like, about $450, honey. And she couldn't believe it. And I was like, well, believe it, because technically it's $1 a round nowadays. And it goes so fast and it's so expensive, man. Oh, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Crazy nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, are you going shooting with Mom this weekend?
No,
Easter?
no.
You
we
should.
decided to skip it this year. Yeah.
She decided to skip it, or you decided to skip it?
Yeah. No.
I'm pretty sure that was a this or that question, and you just said yes.
So you both are skipping it?
Yes. So we're both skipping it. I don't know if we're actually going to be doing anything. We haven't even talked about it, actually. But, you know, I'm probably going to hit up the store tomorrow and get a nice ham. So,
Ham.
nice ham.
That's a good question.
Appetite.
That's a good question. What are we having for
cinnamon.
dinner on Easter?
Some spiral cut ham, some mashed potatoes.
You going traditional?
green vegetables. Yeah.
What was that?
Green vegetables.
Oh, green
Green
vegetables.
Nick,
Yep.
It's traditional for me, man.
ham.
Mashed
Green
potatoes. We
Green
got
beans.
taters.
Got
Yep.
taters going.
It's got the taters.
Taters.
Probably get maybe some mac and cheese in there too.
Mac and cheese and taters.
My grandmother
Baked mac and
baked
cheese.
mac and cheese is the
Yeah, buddy.
best.
Baked mac and cheese and taters and ham.
Pastor.
Well, you know, I live in the estrogen palace. I have 3 teenage girls at home. You wonder why I smoke both pipes and cigars? Well, that's one of the reasons. Tobacco keeps me sane. And my
alone.
middle daughter, my almost 17-year-old, requested, can you believe it, spaghetti and meatballs.
Interesting.
Because all 5 of us like spaghetti and meatballs.
Nothing wrong with that.
I
man.
like ham. I would be very happy with ham, potatoes, you know, the normal. I would be very happy. You know, last number of years I've done lamb on Easter.
Ooh,
I like
interesting.
doing a roast lamb.
Yes.
That would be great on Easter.
Chili.
Lamb's all around sales this year. We've done, you know, chili in the past. I've done roast beef, you know, because why not?
Right?
Sure.
You know,
Roast
is there ever a
beef, yeah.
bad time for a good roast? Some
Never a bad
steak,
time.
or something like that.
Steak 'em.
But not everybody likes lamb in my family. Not everybody likes ham. But everybody likes spaghetti and meatballs. And so I've been asked, why don't we do spaghetti and meatballs? And because I have to be very careful about living in the estrogen palace, I will probably say, that's a great idea, spaghetti and meatballs. To make everybody happy.
Yes.
Well, if
Keep
you-
everybody happy.
If you don't, it'll be hell to pay.
There could
put
be
some
hell to pay,
cubes-
and Easter is
cube
not
up
the
some
kind of
ham in
day
the
I want to be
sauce.
thinking about hell. You know, Easter's, you know, for me, it's not about the bunny, it's about Jesus, and I'd like to be thinking happy thoughts. And so having happy women helps.
Happy wife.
Happy wife
Happy life.
Yes.
Are you pastoring anywhere on Sunday?
I'm not pastoring anywhere Sunday, so I'll hopefully going to be getting to church service, but I don't have to actually do it, so I'll be able to just enjoy
Relax. Good.
it, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
My next pastoring engagements are in May and June, right now, which is again a little bit unusual because I often get called to do the Sunday after Easter for a number of places because there's a lot of extra services that come on. You've got Holy Week last night, was Monday, Thursday. A lot of churches do a special service for
Got
that.
one today.
Today's Good
Good
Friday.
Friday. Yep.
You have services for that, and then Sunday, Easter, one of the busiest days of the year. A lot of churches do extra services because if you typically, for whatever reason, Christmas and Easter, if you have any kind of Christian upbringing at all, you feel like you're obligated to go to church at least those 2 days out of the year. And if that's you out there, we pastors refer to you as the C&E committee, Christmas and Easter. And so typically the week after, pastors like to take off. And for the last number of years, I've done that. And so I didn't get scheduled for any of that, which again is nice for me. So I got a little bit more time before I get back in there. So I might still do. I like lamb. I like a good roast lamb. If you do lamb right,
Yep, it is spectacular.
It is
Your lamb is
fantastic,
second
yes.
to none, Dan.
Yes.
I love
It is.
roast
It is.
lamb.
Second
So
to
I
none.
might still do that, even though it's
Do a little lamb on the
a
side.
little lamb on the side here. We're all gonna have spaghetti and meatballs, but your mom and I, we're gonna enjoy some lamb, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
What time's dinner?
Well, I don't know. We are going over to my sister-in-law's house for some part of the day for a little Easter egg hunt and a get together. And my sister-in-law also has 3 girls, so there's 6 girls, and then her husband and myself, and that's always a good time and scary time to have all that estrogen running around.
Running around.
It's very interesting times. Yeah. So that's what I'll be doing for Easter. So I don't quite know when this, but that's one reason that this spaghetti dinner is a good idea, because spaghetti and meatballs is not all that complicated to put together, and if we don't quite know when we're going to be home to do that, that's not really all that big of a deal.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Now, we've got a bunch of stuff all of a sudden happening at Twins.
Yes.
There's a lot going on, and events are starting to come back into play. Specials are starting to come back in play, and we should talk a little bit about that. Do you want to, one of them is the Rocky Patel event. Do you want to talk a little about
Yeah. So
that special that's going on?
So for the next 2 months, we have some Rocky Patel. We have Rocky Patel event specials going on, and it's all geared around box sales. So, and it's kind of similar to what we've done in the past. However, the grand prize is completely different. So the next 2 months, if you come in and you purchase a Rocky Patel box, you will get an entry. Well, first of all, you'll get a 5-pack of cigars.
Right.
You'll get your choice of either a cutter or an ashtray, but you'll also have a entry for the grand prize, which will be announced. The date will be announced later, but the grand prize is a weekend down in Naples with Rocky Patel
At Burn.
at Burn, his wonderful cigar lounge / nightclub. And it's a whole weekend, so you'll have dinner, cigars, drinks. Golf is optional. There's going to be a chance to play golf at some point during the weekend, but you'll be able to spend that time with Rocky down in his hometown of Naples, Florida, which seems to be where everyone's heading to lately.
Yeah, yeah, very true.
And 2 box sales, you get so for 1 box you get 1 entry. 2 boxes you get 5 entries,
Yep.
and 3 boxes you
10
get 10
entries.
entries. So, and that's going to go on from April through the end of May, and the drawing will be on June 1st.
That's going to be fantastic. Every spring we do something with Rocky.
Yes, yes.
And we are esteemed GM Sean was down there with Rocky just a couple weekends ago.
Yep.
Got to get a preview of the new Rocky Patel 60th, which is a cigar blended for Rocky's 60th birthday. He says it's fantastic.
Yeah, they shot 72 holes in 72 hours. It's crazy. A lot of golf.
Golf every day.
So the cigar is coming out, and it's going to be really, really good. And I trust Sean's palate. If he says it's a great cigar, I'm thinking it's going to be a great cigar.
Yeah, I heard it too.
And I'm really excited about that. We also have, for the month of April, a special 724 special going on.
Yep.
You buy any box of the 1874 series of 724, and you'll walk away with that and a 5-pack of the new sizes that have come out for the Hustler
Amazing.
and the Factory 57 line.
Yes.
And
Fantastic.
that's
All of them are fantastic
That's
cigars.
awesome.
what's that, like almost $60 worth of stuff?
Yeah, close to $60.
Yeah, close to $60. It's amazing. And you get that 5-pack with that. And then there's the Chili Chill Night coming up too.
Yep.
on-
Chili and chill.
Yep. And that's what, April, I didn't write down the day. But it's, I'll find out right here real quick. But do you want to talk about what's going on with that? And I'll get the date.
Actually, I don't know that one,
You
but
don't know
I
that
do. I
one?
do know the Tatueje event. Well,
Tatueje.
Actually, it's not an event. It's just a Tatueje special we got going on. So we have some really rare and very limited Tatueje cigars that we put in packs.
Yes.
Is less than 20. That's all I can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to actually get the ability to purchase this 5-pack of Tatueje, you need to come in and purchase a box of Tatueje. So any box purchase of Tatueje will give you the ability to purchase for $35 a pack of 5 limited cigars. One is the Cohetes. There's 2 Cohetes, and I'm sorry, 3
Cojete.
Three
Three
Cohetes.
Cohetes, yeah.
And 2 Tatueje limited cigars. Again, it's first come,
Extremely
first
limited.
served.
Yep.
When they're gone, they're gone. We're not going to see them anymore, so don't wait. That's going to go on until those packs are gone.
Yeah. So the Chili and Chill Night is April 23rd from 3 to 7 p.m. at Londonderry up at the lounge.
Yeah.
And there's going to be live music from Dire Holiday. Chili, $5 draft specials. It's going to be an awesome, awesome time. You're not going to want to miss that. Friday, April 23rd from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Londonderry location of
I'll be there.
Twins.
I bet.
So there's a lot going on. And we'll be glad to see everybody at those.
This is just the
events and
start
stuff.
of what's to come.
Yep. We're so glad we're getting back into
Thank
events.
God.
Yep. Okay, so it's time for a little bit of is Pastor Padron just blowing smoke?
He is. He's always blowing smoke.
Yes, I'm just
Constantly.
Are you guys ready? I've got some true and false things.
Let's do it.
And here's the thing: is
Here we go.
am I blowing smoke or am I not just blowing smoke? Okay. Here's the first thing here. Before becoming Queen Elizabeth. Yes, that Queen Elizabeth.
The one from England.
Yes.
The first or the second?
The second.
Was a mechanic.
Wow.
That's true. You're not blowing smoke.
Before she was queen, she was a mechanic.
Yeah, in the Royal Army. That's true. I know that's true. So I just saw a documentary on it.
All right, I guess I'll go with you. I'll say that you're Not just blowing smoke.
What do you think, Dave? Am I just blowing smoke?
I'm gonna say you're not just blowing smoke. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with my
Because
fellow
you
comrades.
like going with the crowd,
Yeah.
not because you actually have any opinion.
Following the leader.
It is true.
Yep.
It is true.
Her and her sister, Margaret, went into the Royal Army and served
Mm-hmm.
before Elizabeth became queen, and her father, Edward II, died.
Mm-hmm. That is exactly correct.
And her uncle could not sustain his kinghood because he married a divorcee, and that is law in England. Did you know that?
That you can't sustain your household if you marry a divorced person.
Look it up.
Well, that's why Charles can't be king either.
Right. Because if you marry somebody that's divorced, it's against the law there that you can't remain.
You can't be king.
You can't be king, so you have to give up your kingship.
I did not know that.
Yep. So
See,
Elizabeth
it pays to watch TV, doesn't it? Now? It pays to
documentaries.
watch TV.
Documentaries. There's a
You answered that question correctly because you watch TV. That's very good.
and it's on Netflix right now. It's called damn,
The Queen Mechanic.
The Queen Mechanic. No, it's not.
Starring Jason Statham. Queen Elizabeth.
and the Rock. And the Rock.
Rock.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Oh man. Next question, please.
Okay, next question.
Keep it going.
Staying with the theme of kings and queens. All the kings in a standard deck of cards have a mustache.
Ooh.
Oh man.
You're
You
blowing-
are
you're
blowing smoke.
I'm
You're
blowing smoke.
You're blowing
Yeah.
smoke on that
But
one.
why am I blowing smoke, do you think?
Because I believe the king of diamonds does not.
Dave, what do you think? Am I just blowing smoke? No, I won't. Well,
I don't know. I'm gonna say you're not just blowing smoke.
I'm not just blowing smoke.
You're blowing smoke.
I'm blowing smoke.
Blowing smoke.
It is false. I am just blowing smoke. The King of Hearts.
Oh, it's close. I knew it was a red one.
The King of
Oh yeah.
I knew it was a red one.
Okay, so,
50% chance there. You know?
What?
Yeah. It's red. That's half the deck is red. That's 50.
But there's 4 suits.
But there's 50. Because you knew it was red, so that's one or the other. That's 50% chance.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah. Thanks for sticking
You
up for me. I appreciate it.
Math Dave.
Gin.
Gin Dave. Gin.
I was right. Be quiet.
Dave is better with gin.
Next question.
Next question. Am I blowing smoke?
Yes.
Polar bears.
Ooh,
Their skin is black.
that's true.
I mean, just look at their paws.
What? Doesn't even make sense. Look at their paws. Their paws are massive. But yes, their skin is black.
All right, I'll say you're not just blowing smoke.
Not just blowing smoke.
They're
Dave,
not just blowing smoke.
that is correct. Polar bear's skin is black.
That's correct, yeah.
All right, next question here. Try and contain yourself, Dave. There is a city in Pennsylvania called Intercourse.
Ooh.
I
Contain
said
yourself.
Contain yourself.
You're not just blowing smoke.
Not just blowing smoke.
Let me finish the
Intercourse,
Intercourse.
Pennsylvania. That's
Okay.
I'm blowing smoke or not just blowing smoke?
It'd be even better if it was
not
Amish.
blowing smoke.
Not blowing smoke.
Not just blowing smoke.
It's true. There is an Intercourse, Pennsylvania. Now, how did you know that, Paul?
Dave, it's 50-50.
I thought it
Matt
was a
Dave.
60-40.
Matt Dave.
I've
Gin
actually
Dave.
been through Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Really?
I don't-
Many
What side
times.
roads did you
I
take?
don't recommend going there.
Don't go in the back.
Always go through the front.
If you're going for entertainment, don't go to Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Did you get lost, or is that on the
You
way
can
to the
only go in
Poconos?
for the north and the
That's got
south.
to be on the way to the Poconos, right?
Now, here's the last one. People in Japan typically eat Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas dinner.
You're not just blowing smoke.
He's not just blowing smoke.
You're just saying that because Paul said that.
Nope, not at all.
Why?
Do
Why
they
then do
even
you think
have
I'm
a
not just
KFC
blowing
over
smoke?
They do have KFC.
They have them
and they have
everywhere.
McDonald's.
They have
them
sushi.
everywhere.
So let's go.
What did you just say? No, you're not just blowing smoke. I don't know how I know that, but I guess
don't
it's
know
just-
how I know. I
it's
just know.
I
I
have,
have
a feeling.
a feeling. I feel the force.
I have a
He
feeling.
feels the smoke.
I feel the smoke.
The smoke.
The
It's-
gin is speaking to me.
It's
It's
not-
not saying
the gin has been speaking to me.
the
Which
cucumbers make me feel.
Cukie.
I have no cucumbers. Paul didn't cut them for me.
Yeah.
Very upset.
You have no cucumbers because you ate them.
So,
He could have cut me some new ones.
Dave, am I blowing smoke or not?
You're not just
People in
blowing smoke.
Japan.
They
have-
love their KFC. Finger
Well-
licking good, man.
It's true. They do. In Japan, Kentucky Fried Chicken is the typical Christmas.
It's a
Or
day-
is a common Christmas.
It's a day off from the sushi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotta get that fat.
Yes.
Got to get that fat. So I guess, Paul and I feel like Paul's the winner. Nick, it was like he got half a point for guessing
Ow.
red,
I
but not the right card. I mean, you guessed
Damn.
the right thing, but
Come-
not the right.
But I got the answer right. Did I not?
Well, it was true, but
But you labeled the
but
card,
you,
so
you labeled the card.
Yeah.
Come on.
If you had not said
the stash is not
what
with
you,
you.
yeah,
killing me.
the stash is not with you. Is your mustache? Gosh.
Yes.
Do we have a nicotine?
We have
meme
a,
of the
yes,
week?
we
Yeah,
do. It's
we
waiting. Yes.
Yeah.
It's waiting in the wings.
What is the nicotine meme of the week?
It's waiting in the wings.
And what does it say?
Nick.
Well, bring it up on the big
Yeah,
screen so we can. So,
Well,
so
it's going to take like 20 minutes for that to happen.
give it a couple seconds.
Mm-hmm. You all are seeing it, but let's see. They are not for eating.
Vegans are not for eating.
What about the
Vegetarians.
eggs? They don't need those.
What about the eggs? They don't need those.
What made you pick that for the meme of the week?
I was just scrolling through.
Because we were like, nope, can't do that. Nope,
There was-
can't do that.
There
Yep,
was
that's
there was a couple that were I thought were extremely funny, and they were a little inappropriate, and I'll show you after the show which ones I was gonna do.
because they had the C words,
course.
Nick.
Wow.
They did have some C words in it, and I saw that one, and I was like, you know what, that's pretty funny right there. So it's the vegans against the vegetarians, and they're saying they're not for eating. I said, what about the eggs? They don't need those,
Oh my gosh.
and they don't. They don't need the eggs.
They don't need the eggs. That's true. Yeah. That's disturbing. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Nick.
I don't know about you guys, but one of the side effects of this whole, Corona pandemic has been that I have basically blown my way through Netflix, through Hulu. I feel like as I scroll through there, I've watched everything that I want to watch. And
Yeah.
so I decided to ixnay some of the streaming services I was paying for in favor of new streaming services that had different content. And so I canceled a couple and got HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one of the reasons I'm excited about that is I will finally be able to finish Game of Thrones.
You haven't
Which
seen it. You haven't seen the,
I've seen through season 6.
You haven't
I've
seen
not
7 or
seen
8.
7 or 8.
Oh, 7's awesome.
And so I'm very excited to see 7 or 8.
Yeah, 7's
But
awesome.
one of the nice things about HBO Max is that as you know, because of the whole pandemic thing, going to the movies is
You can watch
not
Sesame
really
Street.
not. Yeah, it's amazing. You have to pay cable now to watch Sesame Street.
Yeah.
But as movies are released in theaters, but a lot of people still aren't going to theaters for whatever reason, Warner Brothers has decided to release all of their movies the day that they are released in the theater on HBO Max. And for the first month, you can stream the movies at no additional charge.
Pretty sweet.
And now, like
I assume you're-
Disney Plus is doing that, but you have to pay an extra $30
Right.
for the whatever movie it is you want to see. But Warner Brothers is trying to kind of cut into that by saying, well, if you have our streaming service, you need to watch all these. So 2 of these big movies have been released in the last 30 days. And one is Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yep.
And
Great movie.
The
Seen half of
second
it.
just came out a couple days ago, Godzilla versus Kong. And I want to know, have any of you watched those movies?
I
Watched
have
half
not.
I'm not at all surprised
I'm not-
that,
I
that
haven't
Paul,
watched
that
it.
you haven't
No,
watched it.
no
either.
interest.
No interest.
No interest.
We'll have to do like a.
Driving Miss Daisy, yes. Driving Miss Daisy, Paul's all over that, but not Godzilla versus
old
Kong.
school.
Casablanca, he's on it. You're telling me right now you haven't watched
I
Casablanca?
watched the 19th anniversary of
I haven't seen
Shack,
that movie.
but I haven't seen.
No, I haven't seen that movie.
Wow.
No.
All right.
No. No.
Cool.
No.
Uncultured.
Do you have a favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
God, I have to say.
Or one of your favorite movies?
Oh, God, I mean, I can go down.
Good Will
the list.
Hunting.
I'd say The Godfather
movie.
is
Godfather.
Godfather's one of my favorites. Rocky is probably my favorite. Just be-
Aw,
just
my
be-
mom
All
would
the
love you.
Rockies, or any
No,
particular
just
one?
the first Rocky.
The
The
first
first
Rocky.
first
Love you.
Rocky. God, the original Godfather. Jaws.
Mhm.
Oh,
The
Jaws.
original Star Wars is right up there. But yeah, I would have to say Rocky and The Godfather are my
Rocky
all-time
and the
favorite.
Godfather.
Yep.
All right, now Dave, have you done any of this? Have you seen the
I haven't-
Justice League or Godzilla versus Kong?
I haven't seen Godzilla versus Kong yet, but I know I'm gonna have to get that. But I've only seen half of the Snyder. It was late at night and I wanted to go to bed, so yep.
It's
We'll
a
have
long
to watch
movie.
it.
It's
It
4
is.
hours,
4
yeah.
hours,
Yeah, for those of you who aren't in the know,
And it is not-
it is a 4-hour movie.
It is not in widescreen format, so it's kind of annoying.
Correct.
It's weird. I wonder why he did that.
He wanted it to feel
80s.
80s, yeah.
Okay.
Well, whatever.
I watched
Um,
Zack Snyder's Justice League and it was amazing. So much better than the first one.
So
But the
mu-
first
yes.
half of it was way better than the original.
All of
Absolutely.
it. All of it.
Well, I haven't seen the
it-
last half.
it-
That's
it
why-
made-
it's amazing.
It made so much more sense. I mean, and then when you think about it, that all that, probably 90% of that filming. Well, what does I want to say? He did call people back to do
Yeah, he
scenes
called
for-
the whole. I believe he called the whole cast back
to do certain
to do.
things.
Yep.
But most of that had been filmed.
Yes.
And then before, so he'd filmed this 4-hour script, and was it going to be released as a big, long 4-hour movie, or broken up into part 1 and part 2, like the
It was gonna.
Avengers?
Yeah, it was gonna be
You know, it
broken
was-
up.
We don't really know. But then, his daughter committed suicide,
Oh shit! I didn't know
and
that.
You didn't?
No.
he left the production. DC and Warner Brothers call in Joss Whedon, who did the Avengers movies for Marvel. He looked at everything and said, oh, well, I can make a great story out of this, and he condensed everything down to a 1-2-hour thing. And so there was a lot of it that you felt like, I'm not really sure how this makes sense. But then you see with another 2 hours worth of content, all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's why this character is important in the movie.
Well, there's
you know, or some of that stuff. And it was long.
It was.
It maybe could have been not quite 4 hours.
Well,
but it was very. It didn't feel like, oh, I'm just sitting here waiting for stuff to happen. Like,
Well,
for
there
the
was
most
some-
part, it was.
I think
It wasn't like Lord of the Rings where you're just like,
no. Well, I think in that aspect of, you know, sitting there through a 4 hour movie, and you're like, oh my god, it's 4 hours. I think a lot of people were anticipating a lot of the backstories for the Flash, for Cyborg, a little bit more of the backstory between Lois and what the hell's her
Batman.
name? No, not Batman. Clark Kent's mother. there.
Robin.
No, Clark Kent's mother. Martha.
Martha.
A little bit of a.
Forget Martha.
I know. How could I forget
There's two
Martha?
Marthas.
There's two Marthas.
Martha.
That was so horrible in the first one.
Yeah.
But you know those backstories. Plus, they introduced Martian Manhunter, which is huge in the Justice League.
Yep.
Which is awesome. He's been there for a very long time, watching over Superman and everything. Martian Manhunter. And the black Superman, you know, get up and everything, which was a huge thing before the movie was released in 2019, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't happen. Steppenwolf looks completely different. There's a lot of
better. He spent much
absolutely
more time
looks
on
a lot
Steppenwolf.
better. There's a lot more action. There's a lot more, you know, fighting and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. So there's a lot more in depth in there, and I loved it every second of it.
All right. Now, what about Godzilla versus Kong?
I haven't watched it.
Haven't watched it.
Gonna have a viewing party next weekend.
Next week, watch that. But it's your plan to watch it. Dave,
Yep.
have you watched Godzilla versus Kong?
I have not, but it is our plan to watch it. Yep.
Have you seen the other Godzilla movies or
No.
King Kong movies?
Nope. I've seen Kong.
You've seen Kong, but you haven't seen Godzilla or Godzilla.
I've never been a
King of
big
Monsters.
Godzilla fan.
You've never been a big Godzilla
No.
fan.
No.
You should not be on this panel right now.
I shouldn't be on this panel right now.
So you have no interest at all.
No.
Did you ever watch the old movies? Did you ever watch the old ones? You know, like
Creature, double feature.
What, the-
Creature double features. You know,
Yeah,
the
maybe,
Godzilla.
yeah.
It's a Godzilla.
And I've seen the 1976 version of King Kong, you know,
Yeah.
with Jeff Bridges and that stuff.
Yep,
Yeah, it was
yep,
all right, you know.
yeah.
You know, but I'm not into that really.
No,
No,
you
sorry.
don't like big apes.
No.
Damn dirty apes.
I have a different.
Not Planet of the Apes.
No,
No,
no interest.
nothing with apes.
No.
Spaceballs?
Oh, yeah, I've seen Spaceballs.
Oh, I-
baseball.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm not.
What's
you know.
that coming out of my nose? Spaceballs.
All right.
There
so
goes the planet.
here, having had that discussion, here's the would you rather question.
Oh,
Here we
would
go.
you rather continues.
Would you rather Godzilla or King Kong win in a fight?
King Kong. Thank you.
Man.
That's because you've never been much of a Godzilla fan.
King Kong. Whatever. I
But
said
this-
King Kong. Yeah.
Yeah,
King Kong.
but you know that's lame.
King Kong. Godzilla's a jerk.
Godzilla's a jerk.
Yep.
Godzilla is a jerk.
He's a jerk.
I heard
Okay,
Mega
this-
Godzilla is supposed to be making an appearance.
You've heard that?
I heard that. I heard Mega Godzilla is supposed to be making an appearance.
You mean Mecha Godzilla?
Mecha Godzilla? I'm sorry.
Tiny ho.
Slurring into Dave now. Just slurring into.
Megalodon.
Megalodon.
It's Godzilla.
That was a trash movie as well. The only good actor in there was Jason Statham.
Yeah. It's funny, you know, in all these new Godzilla movies, there's always some Japanese guy who says Godzilla. You know, and it's like just because in the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever that's how it's Godzilla. It's
Well,
never Godzilla. It's
well,
Godzilla.
That's that's how they say it, man.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The Japanese guy who says it dies in every movie. So each movie, it's a new dude who's saying Godzilla.
And then
And
he
it's
dies.
like, that's the only reason he's there is to say Godzilla. Because you've got to have somebody saying it. Or it's not a real Godzilla movie.
That's true.
You know?
I guess.
Yeah.
I would probably want Godzilla to win. I would want him to win.
I would want Godzilla to win.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Screw the ape. King Kong always dies anyway.
He doesn't always
He
die.
always dies. The whole point of King Kong is you end up killing King Kong.
No,
Yeah,
he
'cause
doesn't
people
always
suck.
die. But yeah, I'd like Godzilla to win. He deserves a win.
Who would you rather win, Godzilla or King Kong?
I'd say King Kong.
King Kong.
Only because I go back to that first move that I've seen back in '76 where he got a bad rap. They took him out of his natural habitat and chained him up and made him a freak show,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended
Amen.
up dying at the end of the movie. So you know what? Let
Yep.
him win.
Let him win.
Uh-huh.
All right.
All
Yeah.
Godzilla does is trash cities. That's all he does.
There you go.
You obviously are not in the know anymore.
That's true.
You're on the outs, Dave. You haven't watched any of the last 3 Godzilla movies. Come on.
2. There's only 2.
Godzilla, the King of the Monsters,
And then this one.
and then this one. Okay, so 3.
So 2, and this is like 2.5. Because you got Godzilla and King Kong. So it's like 2.5.
So, final verdict on the Aladino aged Cameroon here.
Well, considering the fact that I've already smoked the cigar,
Yeah, me too.
finished up about 5 minutes or so ago. Couldn't keep it going on that little
That little toothpick.
toothpick.
I got a
you
roach.
know, it was melting it. But I will say that it is absolutely phenomenal cigar. It just came alive. That aging just absolutely brought out a lot more deeper, richer flavor. A lot more spice. I'm still going to say it was more of a medium full flavor, medium full body.
Okay.
Just it's amazing what that 1 year did to that cigar. And
It wasn't that long of a time.
No, it
when you
wasn't.
Think about it,
It
but
wasn't.
it made an incredible difference.
it absolutely incredible. And the
Incredibly well.
the first cigar was more of a finesse cigar. This cigar was just full blown spicy. Not much sweetness to it. I didn't really get much sweetness out of it,
No.
to be honest with you. I thought it was more of a spicy, earthy. Got the cocoa notes. Just a absolutely outstanding cigar. I thought it was fantastic.
Nick.
Well, I'm done too. And I'm going to do my best to grab some and age them because
Wow.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna like
You'll age it for 2 hours, and that's
I
about it.
probably will. Yeah.
It's been a day. I've got to go for it now.
I'm gonna get like 2 and give them the Kurt and tell them to put them away until next year.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
But man, what a year of an aged. What year? Whatever. Man. What a year makes. What a year makes on that cigar.
Yeah. No,
It's incredible.
agree with that.
The body, the flavor, it jumps up a notch, and especially with the gin and tonic, man. These things are awesome.
The gin and tonic was a great pair with this.
That was
Paul,
great.
Yeah.
I think you did good.
Thank you.
I think you did good with the pair. Dave, what'd you think of this cigar?
Just peek it, Jay.
Jim Dave. Jim Dave.
Well, I think the cigar has, after being aged a year, has definitely increased in its body. It's phenomenally well. It's got more spice, more earth, more sweetness, more of that sour thing that was going on.
More of the sour and more of the sweet.
It's like it was just like a more beefy flavored cigar than it was, It was. I honestly did not think it was going to change that dramatically with just a year. I thought it was going to be like maybe barely. There would be a little difference, and I was totally wrong, and I'm happy with that. Yes.
I think we all were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think we were all surprised
Yeah.
at how much.
Did
the
not
cigar
expect that much
changed.
spice out of it. I thought
And
it
it was a great change.
Yes.
Totally worth it. If you have the self-control, and most of us here on the panel do not,
Do not.
but if you have the self-control to get some Aladino Cameroons and put them away for 6 months, 12 months, you'll be very impressed with what you got.
Absolutely.
I'm just finishing mine now. The cigar is great all the way to the bitter end. the Hendrix Gin and Tonic really complemented the flavors of the cigar really well. And while this was much more intense in its flavors than the fresh cigar, the drink still didn't overpower it.
No.
It was
No.
still enjoyable. And I was a little bit concerned at the beginning when I had took the first few puffs on the cigar and realized how much more flavor this cigar had. I was wondering if the gin and tonic wasn't going to be enough to keep up with it, but it was.
It did a great job.
It did a very good job. Now, next Friday on Not Just Blowing Smoke, we're going to be looking at newcomers. We're going to be looking at, well, actually, no, I take that. No, we're correct. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited, people, about some of the things that are happening in the next 2 weeks. I almost flipped out on myself. But I caught myself before I completely flipped.
He is caught.
So now I'm back. Okay, we're doing newcomers. Some new cigars and new tobacco, some of the first newcomers of 2021. And we are doing the new Bandolero Series A Audaces from Selected Tobacco.
Ooh.
And we are going to be smoking
Bandolero.
GLP's Windjammer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Both of which
Yes.
are
Windjamming.
great newcomers to the market. And you're going to want to be here 8 o'clock next Friday,
Yes.
right here on this channel as we smoke those cigars and tobacco. That's it for us tonight, and I am Pastor Patron. Please subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, and if you do, we promise that we will bring the ladies back. Yes.
Yes, we will.
Oh, yes.
we will. Agree with me, please.
Yes.
We'll bring the ladies back.
We'll bring the
Okay.
ladies back.
We'll bring the ladies back. We'll give you some more wonderful ladies who smoke cigars and smoke pipes. And we'll be back next week. Thank you for joining us tonight. And that, my friends, is Not Just Blowing Smoke.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.
Yes.
Happy
Happy
Easter.
Easter.
Another day, another smoke, boys.
Listening to Not Just Blowing Smoke, the podcast that brings the wealth of knowledge, expertise, and fun of Twins Smoke Shop, New England's premier smoke shop, right to you, wherever you are, whenever you want it. You can find us at our website, notjustblowingsmoke.com, and keep in touch with us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at Not Just Blowing Smoke. Thanks for listening, everybody, and that is Not Just Blowing Smoke.
Rolling with the top down,